Hey everyone, welcome back to Around the Emirates podcast with Sara Mousa, where I speak to guests from across UAE about topics you want to hear about. Today I'm joined by Anna Faisal, who is founder and creative director of House of Nameless Media, which is a boutique advertising agency that tries to amplify the voices of entrepreneurs in the UAE. Hello, Anna.
Hey, how's it going?
It is going fantastic, and I'm so excited to talk to you today. I have so many questions.
Me too, me too. I think this is gonna be such a vibe. So I was like, I want to do
Such a vibe,
this.
such a vibe, always a vibe.
Always
Um,
a vibe.
so tell me your story. How did you get into the advertising industry?
I got into the advertising industry really funnily, actually. I was in journalism and then I kind of routed into marketing because with my first job, and I was like, okay, cool. It was in a corporate, it was actually in Baskin Robbins. So I was like, okay, I gotta do this. Got into the whole marketing, fell in love with it. And after a few years, I was like, okay, you know what? I gotta open my own agency. I gotta do this because I wanted to do something a little bit different where, when you get an agency on board, it's not just having like agency client agency relationship, but it's like
Mm.
hiring a full team. So you got like a whole team in one person. So that was that. That's how I started. And you know what, ever since it's been a vibe. It's been good. It's a woman-led agency. We have multiple clients. Things are going really well. And yeah, it's always been fun. It's like we just take it easy, rather than going hard to things. So yeah.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Nice, nice. So let's talk a little bit more about why you decided to start your own agency. I mean, obviously, for most of us in the agency life, like we have to get a lot of experience going from agency to agency, and we decide that it's just easiest for us to gain a lot of experience that way. What made you believe that it was best to create your own agency?
So one thing that I've kind of done is I was in client side. So I was like, I was working with a lot of clients as well at the same time. So I was getting the brain of how a client works. And I was like, this is the thing that's missing. Like you gotta get their, because they have their different outlook. So I was trying to kind of grab that. But at the same time, what I wanted to do was open up an agency at such a young age and bring in younger audience, younger people who actually are in the business, who are learning about the business, who are, interested in this field. And that was one of the reasons why I did it, really. I just really loved it. It was a passion for me. I love, creating campaigns, creating stories, developing something that was really interesting and impactful. So I just really had so much passion to do it. And yeah.
That is incredible. I can feel the passion just come from the way you talk about it. Like your tone is so excited and happy and positive. It's a vibe, right? It's always a
The
vibe.
vibe. It's
Awesome. So let's talk a little bit about how you're positioning yourself. So I understand that you're referring to your agency as the aim of your agency is to help help entrepreneurs thrive. Why is that your specific focus?
So one of the things is that there's a lot of companies or, startup companies, SMEs that are kind of looking for agencies at the same time they don't have the biggest budget. Like
Mm,
they just don't. It's just they're starting their business. You can't blame them. So what we do is we come into play as within the budget realm, you get a team. Like you get the team, you get the experts, you get the guys who want to support you. And rather than just kind of like in the beginning, like, okay, this is the budget, this is what we do. There's that soulfulness into it where I really want to help your business grow. When you grow, I grow. We become like partners rather than just, all that. But that's how we do it. And that's why that's something that I personally love to do. If I was in a marketeer and I had my own business, I would love for someone to do that for me. So it was just about that as well. And you get these entrepreneurs in the ball. They start to grow and you see it, you get to watch that and you're like,
mhm.
I was there. I did that. I did that with you.
I did
So yeah.
that. I feel that. I feel that
I
vibe.
was
I
with
feel that vibe.
you. Yeah, so that's how I see things and that's how we play ourselves.
Okay, fair enough. And it can't have been easy for kind of a young female entrepreneur to do start your own agency, especially in like a boutique advertising agency. You want to talk about some of the challenges that you've faced?
There was a lot of challenges. One, at being young, people question you like, can you do this? Can you handle this? Are you? But then you just have to put that aside and just like keep doing it because you're going to get there, It took me so many trial and errors to kind of get to, and I still push till today. I'm just like, you know what? I got this. Because when they see the work, that's when they're like, wait, hold on a minute. Okay, I can't argue with this. So
Like
you just have to
she,
keep pushing. You're like, oh man, well, okay. And I'm like, phew. I'm always like, oh, thank God, I'm glad that was done. But it's always about showing your work, putting that forward, and just doing it. I mean, the other thing that I face is I have ADHD, right? So I'm always up to play, and I'm also working with that. But overall, I think those are the two challenges that I face when it comes
I
to
see.
things. Yeah.
Understood. And do you feel like there are any kind of challenges in the industry that you face, specifically in advertising, that you're, navigating right now?
A lot. So in the advertising industry, it's very saturated, to be very
Mhm.
honest. Like there's so many agencies. How can you play yourself a little bit differently? So what I do is I mainly at the moment I'm focusing a lot more on women-led industries. They're the ones who, when you work with a woman and you're a woman, just place to play. It works well. They're starting their own business. They need support. You want to help them. You understand their pain. Like we get each other's pain. So I position myself around that realm because it's like, let's do it. Let's just do it. And you know what? It's doing really well. It's doing fantastic.
Oh, I'm so
But yeah,
happy to hear that. I'm really happy to hear. I'm all about empowering women and making sure that women feel like, they have a support system. And of course, women and men, we do have equal opportunities as much as we can in this country, but it's just a matter of giving a voice to those people that want to kind of do a little bit extra for the women in the community. That's something that I'm really passionate about as well. Um, Having said that, I mean, you yourself said that, there's a lot of craziness that happens in the industry and working with so many different types of clients. Any funny stories for me today?
you'll never see a team closer than when working with like a tough client. like
Oh boy, what are you about to tell me?
like should I say this? No, I'm just it's just a funny story though. I was we had this client who was like, okay, I really need this super quick, like urgent. I've never seen my team working like in full scale. I'm like, whoa, you guys are like partnering up, getting things done, rolling together. And I'm like, that's a vibe, guys. I mean, but yeah, no, that's all I can think of. But other than that, at work, everything is usually easy going. Even though it's stressful, because you like what you do, so it's not really stress. It's fine. And if something goes bad, it's like it's okay, we'll figure it out. So it's always really funny. Everyone's always doing something really weird, and I'm like, okay, okay.
All right, I was waiting for an example. I'm sorry. I thought you were going to give me an example.
If I give an example, there's an example for everything. So
Fair
yeah.
enough. Fair enough. I mean, I'm sure that. Well, I think that at this point you're probably so immune to the craziness that you're just like, oh, this is just a typical day in the office. Like someone's doing some weird shit.
I would be shocked if something normal happened. I would just be like, dude,
Exactly.
what's going on? Ugh, I'm sick. But yeah, no, it's fun. It's a vibe. So I'm
It's
just
a
like, it's
vibe.
cool.
As long as it's a vibe. That's like the theme of this episode. It's a vibe, honestly.
It's the theme of my life. It's a vibe.
Nice.
Something bad happens. Oh, it's a vibe. It's okay.
Fair enough.
Fine.
Fair enough. That is a vibe. And that is positive energy. I love it. What word of advice do you have for up and coming or not Emirati, female entrepreneurs that are trying to make a difference?
I mean, I think this is advice that could sit with anyone, but definitely is like, I think I told you this over the phone call. I was like, just do it. That's like the best advice. But at the same time, it's like, real talk, get yourself a mentor. Get someone that can give you a good advice or someone in the business. So at least you got a little bit of that going on when you do things and you're not like lost in like deep end, because that's what we always end up doing. We get into business, we have no idea. So if you have that backing of someone you can just kind of rely on or get advice from, that's a really cool thing. And to kind of like, I don't know, learn and unlearn. That's what I did. I just kept learning and unlearning. Everywhere I went, I would know something, but I would enter that room thinking, okay, I don't know anything. What am I going to learn today? That's a vibe. That's it. And it's a vibe.
I don't even care about anything else you just said. I'm going to take away it's a vibe with me, honest. That's the best advice that you could get.
It's a vibe.
No, but I love that you're thinking about like women supporting women. I think that's a really strong message of like you don't have to be alone. You have if you can find someone who, as you said, is like a mentor, someone who can help guide you, who's tried and tested, being in the industry, that is helpful as well. And to just fucking do it, like just take the first step and take it on. Like, what do you have to lose apart from your sanity? But
Is if you lost that, you're good. It's sorted. It's fine.
that's
Keep
still a
going.
vibe.
Just go. Just do it, dude.
I love it. Is there anything else you'd like our listeners to hear about today?
Honestly, that's really that. Just do it. And if you just go find your support system, by the way, like there's so many people that you don't know that could really help you out, like in anything. So just go for it. Cause trial and error was like so beautiful. Fail and keep going, fail and keep going until you actually make it. And you are gonna make it. So just do it. It's fun.
Fair
And
enough.
like have Have fun. Don't forget to have fun.
Don't forget to have fun, because it is a vibe at the end of the day. It really is a vibe. It really is. Well, thank you so much for talking to me today, Anna. I'm so excited for my listeners to listen to this episode and, reach out to your agency for anything. And thank you so much for being a role model for young entrepreneurs.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Sarah.
Of course. Take care, guys. Bye.